Hello and welcome to the Dose of Benny podcast. A little bit of a different format to the first few that I've put out. Here with my lovely wife Marley, we're going to be breaking down everything that didn't go to plan yesterday, unfortunately, at the Cape to Cape 100 mile here in the Margaret River region in Western Australia. So I guess the reason why I wanted to bring Miles on is obviously she was my crew chief. She looks after me out there and in every big adventure that I've taken on thus far, and it was definitely a new experience for the both of us. I guess there's so many places to start this story, but I think probably the most difficult, or at least what I assume would be the most difficult, would be when I came into
Contos campsite?
Yeah, Contos. Yeah, so that would have been, so that's aid station 3. So Miles no one was allowed to get to me at the second aid station. That was just solo, and everything was feeling good up until that point. So that was about 30 odd Ks in, I think.
And I was at the first aid station, and
Yeah.
you were fine, you were flying,
Yeah.
everything was good.
Yeah, and then everything happened at Contos. So that's 54 Ks in.
Yeah.
So we've hit the ultra.
And you were
first.
tracking well on GPS, so I didn't know anything was amiss when you came into...
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting anything to be amiss when you came in to the campsite.
And to be honest, from about 43, 44 Ks, I was rehearsing the script to Miles about how I can't keep going. And, you know, Miles was there with the camera trying to get a little bit of social media stuff cooking.
Trying to take photos, and I could see you weren't okay, and I was like, I don't know if I should keep taking photos.
Yeah, and I was crying.
Yeah.
I was crying. The kids come up to me and I just started crying. I just felt so fucking shit. My guts, thankfully, you know, I guess it's all relative, right? Like I wasn't vomiting. People have definitely pushed through all that sort of stuff. But for someone who prides themselves on having an iron stomach, it was such a bizarre thing to experience. And I still don't really know what happened, to be fair. Like,
Yeah, I can't.
all my fuel was sweet. I was getting fluids in.
Gels were in.
Gels were in. Like I'd already had over
We talked about caffeine.
300 grams of carbs. The only thing I can put my finger on is maybe I over-salted slightly because I wasn't having any just plain water along with that. And that's what started some of the GI upset.
But you've done another ultra with no plain water. Like
Yeah.
this isn't a new protocol. You've always gone
What I
about.
mean. It was so bizarre.
You've always switched to plain water sooner than anticipated, but you don't start with it.
Yeah.
My other thing is the travel. You haven't been able to, your eating leading up wasn't what you would normally have. But it's not like we cook pizza at home and everything, so you didn't make yourself, there's no food poisoning or anything.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if you didn't get enough in the lead up.
Yeah, I don't know. We did detour to get to the only Woolies that sells these like just shitty pizza bases that we do homemade pizza with on the reg. That's sort of my pre-long run dinner. And thankfully we got into the Woolies and there was only one pack left. So they're coming in a twin pack.
We had 3 Woolies to pick from, and I picked it, and I was like, if we had shown off there was no pizza, we would have tapped out before starting.
Yes.
We would have.
But yeah, I think that's the tricky part is like I'm sitting in the chair crying to you that I don't know how I'm going to keep going.
How did it make you feel when I said we're not calling it? If you'd already rehearsed, because I didn't know you'd rehearsed a conversation with me.
Yeah.
And then I turn to you and say, you're going back out.
I guess I didn't expect anything less. Like knowing what our relationship's like, the role that I've played in your life with powerlifting and stuff in years gone by and how I sort of got to put my coach's hat on, it sort of just felt like that role was reversed. And the way that you broke it down, you said, look, the worst case, you go out there, it's 20 Ks. I remember you saying like, you looked, it's like, how long in the next one? You're like 20 Ks. Fuck, it's not short.
I thought it was going to be 14 because that was the distance between the second and third checkpoint. So I started talking and I was like, he'll be right, he's just got to walk. I'm like, he'll be fine. I open it and I swear my heart dropped and I was like, play it off like it's nothing. It's just 20 Ks. You do this all the time.
Yeah. And you said, just get out, do 20. Worst case, it's you walk 20 Ks. And I just succumbed to it, to be honest. I was like, okay, that's all I can do is get out there. But I had one bite of a pizza, no good. One bite of a cookie, no good. I think one thing that relieved my stomach somewhat once I got going again, just some ginger. I had a couple of pieces of that, just like the ginger.
You couldn't even drink Coke Zero. Nothing was going in.
Nothing was going down. It was such a... I guess it's, again, like it's just a new experience, right? I've not experienced anything like that before.
And I didn't know how to help you because we've never...
Yeah.
You're the guy that eats burritos while running around a field.
Yeah.
So when you came in saying GI distress, I was like, we had nothing to pull from. We didn't know what to do.
Yeah, what can only be described as helplessness.
Yeah.
And it was even more demoralizing because the 10 or 12 Ks leading into you guys at Contos was so fucking runnable. It was just flat through the forest. It was cool. It was shaded.
We did get to Contos earlier. I think we're waiting about an hour and 10 because I'm like, he's off the beach now. He's going to start moving. So I hit the accelerator with the kids. I was like, kids, we got to go. We got to get there. We got to prep everything. And then I thought I just misjudged me because also I could see everyone around you still tracking on point too. So I was like, it's okay.
Yeah, and I was feeling good. I mean, up until that point, that was the tough part. I was coming sixth.
Yeah.
I've never...
Well, you were sitting in fourth and then you went to sixth and I was like, yeah, the sand's going to slow him down. That's all right. He needs to go a bit slower. But yeah, you were just chilling at sixth. That's why. It
was fine. It was sort of just, yo-yoing with those few lads on the beach. And then, once we got down the beach... Hamlin Bay, we were there the day before. And I think you saw the fear set in with me.
Both of us got worried when
stepping on the sand and sinking in anywhere from 2 to 3 inches.
Yeah. And I'm not as heavy as you and I started thinking, and I was like, oh Lord, because I was sinking in deep.
It was so brutal. But again, not in the whole time leading into it, knowing what our friend Katie had told us about the sand over here. And it's don't even really bother sand running. There's nothing on the East Coast like there is in the West. And I just followed up on that advice. But even still, I was always thinking, calves are going to be the issue, you know, because that's what you hear. But I think that's probably more beach sprinting. And when I got on there, it was actually fine. It was comfortable enough. Your glutes are on fire and your hammies are on fire because you're obviously in a bit of a shortened gait and you're having to work so much harder to press back out of the bottom of the sand. But it's that absorption, there is no return. So you're having to generate all the force stride after stride after stride and you just cannot get any power. You notice the difference running from pavement even just to a dirt trail.
Yeah.
How much zing you lose on a trail. I've never felt anything exacerbated like it. So it was my body's not failing. There's not repetitive stress pain. That side of it was actually fine. I just couldn't get going. And once I was up onto that flat, it's all, you think flat, let's get going. But then there's sand over trail and that was getting thicker at times.
Yeah.
Sort of that greyish type sand that you sort of see in Noosa.
Yeah.
It's a lot like that up and through the forest. So even though it was flat, I just couldn't get going again. And then your guts is on fire, start cramping. My neck was on fire.
At all? When we were walking on the beach and stuff, you kind of have that sideways movement.
The first portion on Hamlin Bay, yes. But then thankfully the saving grace for that portion of the beach was there was about a dozen four-wheel drives out and they were just cutting back and forth, and there was probably 3 or 4 that came past, so you were straight into a fresh track, and that made it really good. Probably a touch narrow, so I kind of found myself scuffing the edge of their tire tracks off, which would slow you a little bit, but comparative to what we'd already done, it was still faster. And then you were just trying to catch footsteps of the people that were in front of you, so you weren't sinking as deep. But even still, I got out of that, like you said, out of Hamlin, and I was sweet. And then as soon as I started that ascent before, was it Bourne Forest? Yeah.
Was that when your stomach went?
Yeah, real bad. My head just went on fire. I had a big radiating headache. I don't know if the pack that I borrowed off Roge was just not cinched up tight. Like, it's definitely not as good as the Salomon one that I have.
Yeah, right.
So
do you
enough
think
it
that
was
causing
bouncing around. Yeah, I think so, to be fair. And then we also have to carry like a GPS unit, and they just zip tie it to the side, and like my neck was so fucking sore by the time I got to you guys. And when
You
I was
also have been carrying
DNFing,
around 2 toddlers for 4 days.
that's just life now. I don't really
Yeah, you do that
put
with
much
Greg anyway,
weight into that. But yeah, that's all I can really put it down to, is maybe a little bit of sodium stuff at the front end that just piss shit off. And then even once you push me out, like I still carried a full thing of 300 gram flow gel, the Precision Nutrition flow gel. And
You did make me nervous with that because you're like, I'm not taking it. And I was like, you're in a bad way to say you're not going to take your gel, but like also if you pick up, you need to take your gel. And your face when I said take the gel was just like, I don't know, it was just like,
yeah, I mean,
you already looked defeated. And I was like, I was just hoping you were in a real low and you're going to come back out. I was like, hopefully I've done the right thing, which.
But also in hindsight, looking at fueling and knowing that my gut was already pissed off with the gel, it was probably a stupid decision to think that I would bring myself out of it with gels. So, and again, hindsight's 2020. Like, looking at the results now, like my initial goal was to go sub 24. And you say that because there's only just over 3,000 meters vert in a 100 miler. My debut 100 mile had just under 6,000. And I did that in just under 26 hours. So I was like, well, just by pure lack of elevation, should be sweet, good to go. But that sand, holy fuck. So the winner is the only person who went sub 24.
Yeah.
And then there was only 2 in the 25th hour, and everyone else has piled in after that.
Yeah.
So looking back at that, even though I tapped out, it was like 11 hours or something, 11 and a half hours. I don't know. I can't even remember. I haven't looked back at the time. Don't really care. At 74 Ks, I think it was.
Yeah.
I'm not actually that far off pace.
No, well, even when I was talking to like people who were running the event and stuff, they're like, well, he's still within time. Like, tell him just to keep walking. Like, he can just walk it. And I was like, nah, I think we're past.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if I had my time over again, I think it was just because I was so upset and it was such a foreign feeling.
Yeah.
It just shows how much of the emotional and psychological side comes into ultras.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe we should have taken longer and tried to get my stomach to settle and then get some solids in and get the ball rolling from that front. I think so. Yeah.
Rather than just to get you back out there and hope it.
Yeah. Well, that 20K sufferfest, like then it was just.
It's bad.
Yeah. Then you're done. But I am still so grateful that I did go out because like if knowing what I know now, having done that 20Ks, seeing the scenery there and like I'll put some stuff on socials of some of the views, like this cliffside running, like saw a little snake out there, goanna, and then you're coming down into all like these red rock formations down on the shore, and then that next beach section was the worst part of the whole race.
Yeah, right.
I can't for the life of me remember which beach it was, but I remember Katie saying like this section, it's never good.
Yeah,
she's like, just suck it up, do it.
Get it done.
No, it's going to be over. I walked just about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 3 or 4 Ks.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got passed by a couple of people. We had a bit of a chat and then they sort of just kept going. I couldn't keep up with them. And yeah, I think that's the frustrating part, is knowing that all the dominoes that started to lead to my demise.
Yeah.
It's just so fickle. It's so frustrating that that's the piece that fucks you up.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, look at me today with the kids. We've already been out, gone for a walk. Like, considering I was just short of 50 miles, like, physically I feel great.
Yeah, you're fine.
You know, that's probably the toughest pill to swallow. And I don't know, I haven't even showed you the video, but I did take a video not long before I was coming out of the valley there to get to Prevelly, and like my voice was cooked. I think the air was just so dry, and I'm just so broken.
Yeah, well, last night you weren't in this form, like.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, I was just so sad about putting in all this effort,
Yeah.
bringing you over here with the family and spending all the money. That's what frustrates me. And I know it doesn't really mean anything because we're still able to have our
we'll have a great
holiday and it's going to be fun.
Technically more of a holiday because you're not recovering.
Yeah, well, I guess that is the silver lining. But yeah, it's tricky. I don't really know how to put, and maybe it is still too fresh to really assess it fully. And I'm sure my view of it will change as time goes on as well.
I think so. It's certainly because it's also you're still dealing with the fact that you feel fine today because last night you weren't fine.
No.
And
I was spasming and some of the cramps and stuff I was getting.
So bad.
Got this double leg cramp on that beach section. Like hamstring on the right side went into like ITB lateral quad and then full quad on left. We got some video footage of the quad going once we got back to our accommodation here. Oh, having both legs locked like that, I just screamed so fucking loud on this beach. I was like, fuck. Like it was.
Were there any runners around you?
Nah, I was just on my own, just me and Mother Nature, you know.
How good.
Just, taking it all in. But I mean, aside from that, like, such a fucking cool event.
Definitely. Oh, that runs so well.
It's
even they were low volunteers and you wouldn't know it.
Nah, like Sean Kaesler, like runs everything Ultra Series WA. All his team that he has working for him, the volunteers, like you said, that were out there, they've been under the pump last month or so with extra events, so they were a bit low on volunteers for our event. To put everything together the way they did, they're just so appreciative. Like when we went and got the gear checked up in Perth at Tribe and Trail, he was just so thankful. Like when he found out, he's like, oh, where are you from? And Brizzy, he's like, wow, you've come all the way from the East Coast. Like, that's so cool. Thank you. You know, like this, it was such a tiny field of runners. I think there's only about 50 of us.
Yeah, there wasn't as many as I thought.
Yeah. So to have, I guess that representation, I was the only Queenslander there.
Yeah.
Really cool. And again, obviously we want things to go differently, but eventually you've got to take an L somewhere, like even the best take L's. So we just, got to...
It's the first time having the kids there for every too.
Yeah, so it's tricky. Yeah. But I honestly think it's so much of what went wrong is just like course specific. I think it's just such a unique beast. And that sand obviously contributed, just being out exposed as well.
It got very hot very quickly, and I was like, oh, he doesn't.
Which sounds weird because it was technically only 20 degrees. So coming from Queensland, like that's not hot. I know a lot of people that would be listening and be like, what the fuck, what are you talking about?
You said there's a lot of seaweed from the storms last weekend everywhere. Like it's everywhere.
Yeah. The smell, oh my God. I don't know what chemical it's releasing. I don't know what's in seaweed for it to be like that. But it gets a lot. And you could just see it was like misted over the whole shoreline with whatever it was radiating out, getting baked in the sun. Yeah, it was gnarly.
I'm wondering if that had something to do with it.
Who knows? I think we'll be guessing.
Because when you did come in, it was a little bit sunstrokey, a little bit like low blood sugar. I don't know. And we know it probably wasn't low blood sugar, but that's why maybe came in like it was something. Yeah,
it felt like a bit of exposure, to be honest. Yeah, because it was so fucking glary too.
Yeah.
So glary off the ocean, off the sand. But yeah, you're just so exposed. But what an awesome course.
Yeah.
Like, obviously devastated I didn't get to experience the second half. Although it's done in the dark anyway, so maybe I got the best of it. You know, I got in just on sunset. But seeing the rest of the field obviously have a pretty rough night. It looked like it got pretty cold. We're staying up here in Dunsborough now, and it was really foggy this morning, so I imagine it was probably pretty similar all the way down into Yallingup and stuff. So, yeah, obviously congratulations to everyone that got through it and is still going through it. The cutoff, you know, that's the other crazy thing. There's still another 6 hours before cutoff, and I know there'll be a few bodies out there that'll be taking every bit of those 6 hours. So, you know, I think that's the other cool side of ultras is everyone wants to do things for their own individual reasons, and they're willing to do those things. Whereas, I don't know, like, I probably could have waited 3 or 4 hours to maybe get myself right and then gone again. But I don't know, is that the experience I'm after? I don't know.
And it does become the tricky part, being your support when you're the one with all the knowledge.
True.
So when things go wrong, I usually pull from you, not you pull
true.
from me. So we've never even discussed you staying at an aid station to get better for hours. That's never
True.
been a conversation. So yeah, even though you're saying it now, I was like, oh, that never entered my head.
Yeah. And I guess that just goes to show like how much of even though I've been involved in trail running and ultra running for a few years now, like as far as like race experience, I'm still such a complete novice.
Yeah.
Like I love it, and obviously I've got some experience to draw upon.
Yeah.
But even still, like the fact that this is only my second 100-miler, there's still so much to unpack and to learn. And I think it just goes to show it's not as linear as you think, going from like 50 to 100 to 100 mile. Like 100 mile is the beginning of like super complex factors, I believe.
Yeah.
And then another interesting thing that I totally agreed with a guy that I was chatting to out on course, Simon. I can't remember his last name, unfortunately. I'll go check. But we were discussing how we're afraid that now that ultra running and these multi-day events are becoming, I guess, more visual in the public eye, that now even like a 50K is sort of, it's not valued.
Yeah.
And he was saying, like, he'll be talking to people and he's like, oh, like, what have you done? It's like, oh, only a 50K. And he's like, I fucking hate that people say like only a 50K.
Yeah.
And like, that's one thing that actually helped me at the end, like coming just short of 50 miles. Like, dude, you still ran nearly 50 miles.
Yeah.
Well,
and you stayed
my legs
in 8th position.
carried
like
me.
Your GPS went a little bit AWOL for a while.
Yeah.
So it would only update every 25 minutes. And then I was trying to do maths off your updating. And I was like, oh, maybe he is back up. Maybe we're going again. So like, because your positioning was staying still up there.
That was
and you're
what was
with
tricky.
everyone.
Yeah. I didn't really start to get past until that little ascent before I had to come up and over to you guys. There was maybe 3 guys that passed me leading into that. But yeah, that's what confused me. Even during that really low period before I got to you at Contos, no one passed me.
Yeah, well, I think that was the other thing with me. I was like, well, you just got to keep, like, you're out there. You're still doing great. Like, keep doing it.
Yeah. And I guess that's just another part of gaining experience and knowing how to stay at it. And
getting stuck in your head with numbers of like, well, you're still 8, so you keep going. Like, but it's your race, not everyone else.
But also, like, during the middle of the night, like, the first P that I did,
oh, yeah, you couldn't have.
Yeah, if I kept going in the state, because it ended up being like 5 hours that I didn't take on fuel and I maybe had half a litre of water.
Yeah.
Like, it was not good.
Nah.
Yeah, it was trending towards rhabdo.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
That's, you don't want to go fucking around with that.
No.
Like, that actually would have fucked our holiday.
And when we did pull you, you weren't good. You were, you had 2 mouthfuls of a hash brown. I thought it was going to come up.
Well, yeah, I had that one hash brown. I just started reaching.
Yeah, so we're going to.
And all the 50-milers were all staring at me.
Yeah.
I was like, well, enjoy your night, motherfuckers.
Yeah. They're like, no, son, we'll be right. Yeah, you weren't okay last night.
No, it was tricky. What should I do next?
That was my next question. I was like, what are we feeling? Are we having a break or are we going again?
Well, it's not going to be coast to Cozzy, so because I don't fucking qualify for it.
I was never going to get leave in November. That was going to be tricky anyway.
Yeah, so that hurts. I'm definitely keen to do that.
Do you feel
Which sounds crazy to say, having failed 100 mile and I want to do 150.
It's okay, there's no sand.
Yeah, true.
We'll just fully blame the sand.
Yeah, but now there's road. Fuck.
Oh, yeah, you're terrible with road. Probably worse with road than sand.
Well, we don't know. Let's figure that one out. Honestly, I don't know.
Do you feel like you need to get back out to do another, like mentally, how are you feeling about?
Well, yeah, based on how I've pulled up physically, I'm very confident in what I've done. I honestly think it was just a combination of course specificity and not being resilient in the muscle patterns of running like that on sand.
Yeah.
And whatever the fuck happened with my gut. I just think it was a bit of a perfect storm.
Are you worried? My brain goes straight to, are you worried about getting your nutrition right for the next time? Or do you feel like you can trial it on a shorter course? Like you can... what are you thinking for?
Well, if we look back to the first 100 mile, I'd already started on some solids just after 30 Ks from memory.
Yeah, right.
Whereas we didn't try anything until I was wanting to fucking quit, which was after 50.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like much when you say 30 to 50 to the average person, but that's a fucking long time. That's a few hours.
Oh, and when you're putting your body to its limits with that, different times.
And that's the other thing too, like physically moving faster.
Yeah.
So I was performing better, but that's more stress.
Yeah.
And yes, hopefully the training is adapting to that stress.
Yeah.
But yeah, in hindsight, maybe we looked to get solids when I saw you first, even 20, what was that, 26 Ks or something?
There's only 26 Ks, and that's always tricky because you're moving fast.
Yeah, you sort of want to get out, get moving. Like that's how I was feeling. I was a bit more competitive.
Yeah. And you said that, you're like, nah, I feel good. We're just going to keep moving. Like,
yeah.
And at that point, there was no... But even the aid station had no hot food or anything.
Yeah.
So even the course itself wasn't ready to have you eating food.
Yeah. Yeah, all tricky. But yeah, I don't know. It feels right to say I want to do 100 mile again.
Yeah, okay.
As the next thing.
Yeah.
I think earning the right to head down that gateway of multi-day stuff does intrigue me. Like 50 and 100 Ks are cool, but I still think that's very much in the realms of performance.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that you can do it in a day.
Yeah.
The multi-day stuff just adds that extra, I don't know, unpredictability.
Yeah, okay.
You know, just like I experienced yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't even cross my mind, a DNF.
No.
But I think it is actually a really humbling reminder that ultras are pretty much like a super fund.
Yeah.
You know, past results are no indicator of future results.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I think it humbled me in a really positive way. That's like, you just have to respect each race for what it is. And it doesn't matter what you've done, all you can focus on is what's ahead.
Yeah.
And that boils down into the race itself. Like, you can't go, and that's part of what I think started making me so upset before Contos, is like, you just start extrapolating straight away.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm only a quarter of the way through this. And as soon as you start thinking like that, you're in massive trouble.
You're in trouble.
And I knew that it was tough. And then you're on your own, because
Yeah.
it's a fucking ultra with 50 people and you spread out real fucking quick. And there were even people passing me and saying, "You're right, mate." And I said, "No." And they're trying to like G me up and say, "You just got to try and dig yourself out of the hole." And it's like, oh, fuck, dude, I'm trying, dude. Like, I've been in it for a long time.
Yeah. And sometimes it can not feel, when people are just flying past you as well, that's not always a great feeling.
But then the other side, the tricky part is 100 miles, like in Australia, it's really hard.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, do you travel again?
Well, like, we only have one 100 miler in Brizzy.
Yeah.
And it's like a month away.
Well, technically you did do 100 miles, so no.
But also that course, no disrespect, it doesn't fucking interest me.
No.
The BTU in Australia, in Brizzy, sorry. Yeah, that course doesn't, I don't know. Something about the city finish and all the pavement.
We should go with one that doesn't interest you.
Nah, honestly, it hadn't even crossed my mind. I was so determined to get through this one and then really hope that I could be a successful applicant for Coast to Cozzy and try and make something of that. Yeah, I don't know. Got some clients going down to UT.
Is it New South Wales?
Well, there's the one, the UTA. Well, I don't think it's UTA. The Kosciuszko 100 miler that's on that same event weekend, the week after Coast to Cozzy. So still in November, but I'm pretty sure it's all sold out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and those things are expensive. Anything attached to UTMB is super expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, all good lessons.
How good.
And I'm very grateful for you. I do thank you for
I'm very proud of you.
pushing me out there. Yeah.
I'm not sure that was the right thing, but let's wait.
No, I am
glad.
I am glad.
I knew if we pulled up at Contos, doubt would have been in your head.
For sure.
There would have been doubt.
I agree. I would have felt like the emotional side got the better of me.
Yeah. I was like, no, you're too emotional. You're in your head. You can't call it now.
For sure.
I can't let you call it now.
Yeah.
So, but you're right. Now, even you hadn't said to me that we should have let you rest for longer. And I was like, I never once thought about that. that would have been the play.
Yeah. What are we going to do? That's life.
Yeah.
Oh, now we've got another 8 days to experience Western Australia.
Yes.
It's been so beautiful.
Yes, and Alice wants to go to more caves. So
I love